Yep to the yep. You already know what time it is. It's your girl POC. I'm back in these Philadelphia streets, educating and re-educating, as always, letting you all know what's going on in these Philadelphia streets. Today around 1 p.m., Mayor Jim Kenney will participate in an executive order signing for the Mayor's Commission on African and Caribbean Immigrant Affairs. This executive order will expand the number of seats on the commission and make it more inclusive to the growing diversity within the African and Caribbean immigrant population here in the city. I previously hit the streets of Philadelphia to ask community residents how do they feel about immigrants coming into the city of Philadelphia. About 2 to 3 weeks ago, Mayor Jim Kenney allowed over 2,000 Afghan refugees to enter into the city of Philadelphia. Today, we see Haitian refugees being pushed away from our U.S. borders. So I want to know your opinions. I want to know your perspectives. Drop your comments below. Hear from a couple residents here in the city of Philadelphia about how they feel about immigrants entering into the city.
And the immigrants that do come in, they're always getting certain privileges. And the reason being is the Democrats represent, if you were to say, the actual nobles, but they pose as being the friend of the people by giving them scraps. So what happens is they give you scraps and they're trying to usher in socialism. And the socialism is a form of capitalism. And that's where communism, and that's where we're heading right now with all these mass mandates and stuff, because now it's taking away your freedom. And those were some of the things that Trump, even if you didn't like him, was trying to let people know.
And if you don't mind me just asking, what's your first name and part of the city you represent?
My first name is Chris, and I represent North Philadelphia.
Yes, it does. I think we need to open up the doors for the American people, if anybody. And what I've seen mostly from my observation over the years of this illegal immigration coming in, especially from Mexico and Central America, it has really affected the black community. These jobs should be for these men. And if you really see what's going on, you'll see this white guy in the F-150 pickup truck looking at his 3 iPhones, looking at his bank accounts as he has all those illegals in there making him money. Meantime, the black community is hurting. And there are many, many jobs here in Philadelphia. And I'm sure that if we got rid of all the illegals who are building the homes here, we could replace those jobs with tens of thousands of poor people, black and white. And mostly black, it's hurting them the most.
If you don't mind just sharing, what part of the city do you represent?
I'm in the University of Pennsylvania.
It makes me, I understand why they're doing it, but I still think they should have been taking care of issues here long ago before this even has come about. There's been homelessness, there's been people starving, people no jobs, people no health care, no place to live.
Tune in out for I Radio. Tune in out for I Radio.